Hey guys, Wels Knight here, and welcome to another episode of Magic: The Gathering Arena. We're taking a look at another deck today. This is a Boros Weenie deck. This is a deck that I've been working on for a while. This is the deck that I'm currently taking with me to my my FNMs, my Friday Night Magic events at my local game store. And it's done pretty well. It's done pretty well there. I've gone 4-1, 5-0, and 4-1, I think, or something like that. And it's done pretty well on ladder and stuff as well. So the deck, obviously, I'll put a full deck list in the description as well. But basically, it's a Boros Weenie deck. But really, it's just a white Weenie deck that splashes red for Aurelia and heroic reinforcements. And a couple things in the sideboard. So it's really a white Weenie deck with just a little bit of red. Just a little red. So we've got 4 Hunted Witness, 4 Legion's Landing, 4 Skymarcher Aspirant, 4 Adanto Vanguard, 2 Baffling End as some cheap removal, 4 Benalish Marshal, 4 History of Benalia, 1 Ajani Adversary, 2 Aurelia, 4 Heroic Reinforcements, 1 Lyra, 4 Venerated Loxodons, and then the mana base is 12 Plains, 2 Mountains, 4 Clifftop Retreats, and 4 Sacred Foundries. So basically the goal of the deck, it's a Weenie deck, so basically dump as much as stuff on, dump all your cheap creatures onto the board as quickly as possible, and then finish them off with buffs from Heroic Reinforcements, Benalish Marshal, etc. As for the sideboard is a little interesting. We have 2 Wand of Vertebrae, which is a card that nobody ever uses because it's a horrible card. But we also have 4 Experimental Frenzies in here. And Wand of Vertebrae and Experimental Frenzy go together insanely well. They were, like, made for each other. And I'm just really excited that I found a use for Wand of Vertebrae. We also have 2 more Baffling End. Baffling End you want to bring in against Golgari. It is super, super good at Golgari, in the Golgari matchup to exile their Wild Growth Rockers, because unlike Conclave Tribunal or Ixalan's Binding or other exile effects, if they destroy the enchantment later, they don't get their Wild Growth Walker back. They don't get their creature back. They just get a 3/3 dinosaur token. And just destroying stuff, just sending their stuff into the graveyard is pretty much useless against Golgari because they have so many ways to bring it back. So we got 2 more Baffling Ends. I have 1 more Ajani in here, 4 Conclave Tribunals as extra removal, and then the 4 Experimental Frenzies and the 2 Banefires. So basically, against like a control deck, you'd want to go probably Experimental Frenzy, Wand of Vertebrae, and Banefire to kind of overwhelm them. Golgari, you'd want to bring in your 2 Baffling Ends, the Frenzies and the Vertebrae. I find that Golgari is a really tough matchup. But you can often just overwhelm them with the Frenzies and the Wands of Vertebrae, because they only have so many things they can answer. And if you can just dump half your deck onto the board every turn, that's pretty tough to beat. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into some... There we go. Let's go ahead and jump into some traditional games, some best of 3s. Actually, let's do traditional constructed. I don't think we're gonna do oh, look at this. I'm actually partway through a run right now. I'm 3-1 with this deck. Okay, well, we'll pick up where we left off. I was gonna start a new one, but I guess we'll just pick up where we left off. This is really a deck that's meant for best of 3 because of the sideboard. But it works fine in best of 1 as well. You just probably want to tweak it a little bit. Maybe for best of 1, I'd probably drop the Ajani and maybe the Baffling Ends and put in some Conclave Tribunals instead. It's tough. It's hard to say. But I guess we'll just keep going on this run that I had already started. Best of 3 obviously does take a little bit longer. But it'll kind of give us a chance to show off the sideboard a little bit and all that kind of good stuff. All right, so this hand looks fine. We've got a lot of cheap plays. Hello? So I think we'll go turn 1 Legion's Landing. That'll get us a little vampire token. Having multiple Legion's Landing kind of stinks, but if nothing else, I can just turn him into another 1/1 vampire token. Looks like we're up against Jeskai Control, would be my guess. That or Jeskai Drakes. Definitely Jeskai of some sort, though. So we'll go attack. And that's actually really bad for us, because something like a Deafening Clarion will just wreck us, and they can play one on this turn, and they probably have one. I was really expecting a Deafening Clarion there. All right, well, we will attack with everything. That'll flip Legion's Landing, and then we can go History of Benalia, because Legion's Landing turns into another land, and a way for us to generate tokens, which can be really annoying for a control deck to deal with. But I'm very surprised. Probably looking at Settle the Wreckage here pretty soon as well. I think that's fine. We'll probably attack with like half our stuff here. We'll attack with all of our non-knights. Play around Settle. Okay, there we go. That means next turn can probably buy himself a turn. I'm assuming he has Settle the Wreckage or Cleansing Nova or something. I mean, we could have gone for lethal there, but maybe we should have in retrospect, because just the number of lands we would have gotten, we could have refilled our board pretty easily using Legion's Landing and all that kind of stuff. We'll see. What are you doing? Revitalize. Okay. Well, he no longer has Settle up, and he no longer has Cleansing Nova up, so I think we just win this first one. So that's good. All right, so against Control, I don't think we want our big expensive stuff like Aurelia. I don't think we want Ajani. I do definitely want the Banefires. I do want the Frenzies. Oh, I have 4 wands. I only want 2. And then, I mean, we definitely don't need the Baffling Ends, for sure. And then let's maybe drop 2 Loxodons. So we'll have 2 wands, 4 Frenzies. Take out all of our expensive stuff. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Apparently this sideboard is a little bit different. This is an older version of it, but it's close enough. I'm not even sure what's actually changed. I just know that there's only supposed to be 2 wands in the sideboard, not 4. I think 4 is maybe a little bit excessive. This is fine. Adanto Vanguard is going to be great in this matchup as well. Looks like our opponent had to mulligan to 6 as well, which is fantastic for us. I'm sure they'll get it back with all their card draw spells and stuff, but hey, that's fine. No turn 1 Legion's Landing or anything this time around, though, so definitely a slower start for us. He says, good game. Maybe he meant that as like a good luck, have fun. I do wish Arena had a little bit more of a variety of different emotes and stuff. So we will attack with the Adanto Vanguard. And we'll put out another one and a Hunted Witness. And end the turn. Adanto Vanguard's very hard for a control deck to deal with. Ooh, that's pretty good. All right, so we're going to go Benalish Marshal. And then we will attack with everything. That's going to deal a bunch of damage. Sealing away one of our Vanguards, I'm sure, which is fine. All right. Still going to hit for 6. And then we'll play a Sacred Foundry tapped. Oh, looks like he missed land drops, too. That may have been why he said good game. I think he's desperately trying to hit a land drop. I don't think there's a whole lot of removal he can do with 1. So I think we'll be okay. So we're going to slab an Experimental Frenzy while we can. There we go. Toss that over there. We're going to attack with everything. And end the turn. I want to get that Frenzy down while he is unable to counter it, while he's tapped out. Because with that, we can just run away with the game. That can be really, really hard to deal with. All right, there's Clarion. I will pay the life to keep our Vanguard alive. But I figured one of those would come sooner or later. We'll draw that. Then we have another Marshal. Good game. And another Vanguard. Yeah, and he's going to scoop it up. That went pretty well, I gotta say. Looks like Control Deck didn't really have... I didn't see a whole lot of answers. I mean, the only kind of answer we really saw there was Deafening Clarion. But still, let's jump into another one. And then if we win this one, it went 5-1. Goes all the way, which I am perfectly okay with. If we lose, we'll probably do one more game after this. We'll see. I do want to show off the deck in a couple of different matchups. I think overall it's pretty strong. The only matchup that I've really had issues with is like Selesnya tokens. That's kind of a tough one for us, since we don't really have a whole lot of evasive creatures, and they can just spawn so many chump blockers. Oh, man. Triple Benalia. And we're on the draw. Oh, I really shouldn't keep this hand, but I'm going to keep it. I may... we'll see. I might get punished for that. Oh, the new... oh, all right. Look at that. Not punished. We got our land. With 3 white sources, this hand is, like, disturbingly good. Without it, not so much. All right, so we got red-green. Dinosaurs, maybe? Would be my guess. Or something like that. We'll get out an Adanto Vanguard. Pass the turn. And then we get to go Benalia, into Benalia, into Benalia, into Benalish Marshal. Which is just absurd. That's like the most absurd hand. Triple Benalia. That is so tough to beat. But we'll see. I mean, it's... opponent can maybe do some things here. But we're going to have a lot of knights that are going to hit for a lot of damage for quite a few turns in a row. Seeing a lot of explore stuff. I'm trying to figure... okay, Galta. Okay, that's problematic. That's very problematic, actually, because he can cast Galta, like, next turn. And we really don't have a good answer to it. So we're going to go Benalia. We will attack with our Adanto Vanguard. I doubt he'll block, but had to try. Oh, man. Ah, the turn 4 Galta. That's so hard to beat. That is just rough. And we really don't have a good answer. We gotta reduce this damage as much as we can. Because the trample is what's gonna just destroy us here. There's like nothing we can do about it. Yep. Can we even survive one turn? How do we beat Galta? I guess we go Benalish Marshal? Okay, well, we pretty much lose this one. I'm going to play it out, though, because I want to see as much of their deck as possible to kind of know what we're up against. I mean, we just lose, right? Like... yeah, we just lose right here. Pretty much, anyway. We go down to 1. Yeah, just the end. All right, I'm going to concede right here because I don't want to show him anything. Wow. Turn 4 Galta. How do we deal with that? I think the answer is... I think we take out an Aurelia. We take out a Lyra. This is a different sideboard list. I don't have my Conclave Tribunals. Okay. Well, I suppose we could put in 2 more Baffling Ends? Maybe drop an Ajani and put in another Lyra? And then just kind of pray? Yeah, if I would be sideboarding in 4 Conclave Tribunals. I guess this is an older list. The deck still had the same name, but I guess I made some changes to it later or something. Either way, I would be sideboarding in 4 Conclave Tribunals right now. I will definitely play first. That is horrendous. That's better. We'll keep. I want to get to my land drops so we can get to Benalish Marshal as quickly as possible. Baffling End, if we can use that on a mana creature, that would be good for us. Or any number of other things. It is only at sorcery speed, unfortunately, but that might be fine. Wild Growth Walker. Okay, so we will pay the 2 life for this. We will create a Legion's Landing, and we will absolutely Baffling End the Wild Growth Walker. Get that out of there. And then end the turn. So that Wild Growth Walker is gone for a good period. Even if they blow up some of my other stuff. So we're going to go Benalish Marshal. Attack with everything. That'll flip Legion's Landing. Which is fine. And then we can put out a Skymarcher Aspirant. I think that's 10, isn't it? Oh no, I'm 1 shy. I'm 1 short of the City's Blessing for this to have flying. But I think we're still in a pretty good spot here. Taking out that Merfolk. Now that we've seen Wild Growth Walkers. Oh look, he's got another one. Lovely. Alright, this would be a great time to draw Heroic Reinforcements. That's unfortunate. Okay. How do we win this? I don't know. How many permanents do we have? Okay, so if we make a token, we get flying and we can attack in the air at least for 2. That's something. But next turn he gets to bring out another Wild Growth Walker. And then he can just start gaining life since we've seen so many Explore creatures. Okay. Do we attack? You know what? I think we just go for it. The only way we're gonna win this is by doing as much damage as quickly as possible and hoping we survive. Crushing Canopy. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, so we're gonna get in for like 1 damage. Okay. Come on. Okay. Ah, I see what you're doing. That's actually the better block. Because otherwise I get a token off a Hunted Witness. Anytime, though. Okay, so we will pay the life, make him invincible. And then I might as well create a token. At least we get in there for 1. It's not enough. We basically need... Oh, that's probably a death sentence. That's not good. Yeah, he has hasty... He could drop a hasty Galta. I think we're just dead. Okay, attack, please. Attack or don't, but make up your mind, whatever you're going to do. Do you realize that I have no cards in my hand? Is this a thing that you understand? Like, what's taking you so long, opponent? Okay, you know what? We're not coming back from this one. I'm just going to concede. He's taking way too long, and our odds of actually coming back from that are like 5%. So not so great. Ooh. Okay, we got some stuff, though. Most of it I think I already had 4 copies of, but that's fine. All right, so let's try this again. Let's go traditional play. And we want to go here. Right? This is Tribunal, World of Wands. Yes, this looks much better. All right. Just jump into a best of 3 here. Give it a try. See what we come up against. I will definitely play first. This hand is not excellent, but it's okay. I can live with it. So we'll go turn 1, Hunted Witness. Should have played a Sacred Foundry tapped there. Might regret that later. But that's okay. Actually, I think it's fine. So we'll go here. We'll attack with everything. Throw down the Adanto Vanguard. And the turn. Next turn, I want to go Benalish Marshal into Venerated Loxodon. Get the Convoke. Okay, we got things exploring. Oh, shall I? Okay. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. I could Baffling End the Ranger and get in for a bunch of damage, but I think what we want to do is go Marshal, and then Convoke a Loxodon, which will put a counter on all of them. Pass the turn. Because then next turn we can get in for hopefully a whole bunch of damage. Actually, you know what? I think we have lethal right here. Because he didn't put anything on the board. So we get that. Attack with everything. Beautiful. Goodbye. So I'm seeing explore stuff, so I have to assume that there's wild growth walkers. So let's drop... We also saw Shalai. Let's maybe drop a Lyra and a Loxodon for 2 more Baffling Ends. I don't think we want to go with the crazy experimental frenzy here. I think for the most part our list is pretty good. Like I think I'm fairly happy with this. I think I'm just ready to jump back into it. Wow, that is a definite no. Okay. Okay. Let's go to game 3. Yeah. All right, well, at least we'll get to Aurelia. This is not ideal. Having to mulligan down to 4. Ixalan's Binding. Okay. Well, put out the Vanguard. So there, he is running Ixalan's Binding. Okay, there we go. So there's the Wild Growth Walker. So we're going to Baffling End. No blocks. He'll probably Ixalan's Binding the Baffling End, if I had to make a guess. But at least we'll get one of them. So that goes away. Then we get a Legion's Landing. which means next turn we can go Aurelia. Could also Ixalan's Binding our Aurelia, which actually wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, they're going to do it on the Adanto Vanguard. Okay, that's an interesting choice, but that's fine. No blocks. Oh, that's lovely. All right. Get Benalia going. And then next turn, we'll Aurelia. No blocks. Okay, there we go. We'll pop Aurelia out. Target our Vampire, which will give us a little bit more lifelink, since we're down a little bit on that front. And then we'll attack like so. They could also be running Settle. It's possible. Trustani. Okay. That's not super surprising. Yep. We get all of our stuff. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to flip Legion's Landing here, which will be good. We get our big night turn, where all of our knights get real scary for one turn. I think we want to put our buff onto Aurelia herself. Did I not get to choose? Oh, I suppose the other knights are all 4s. That makes sense. All right, so we're swinging with the team. They're going to lose their soldier tokens. They're going to lose their branch walker. And I will lose, it looks like, 1 knight and hit for a bunch. And then we will end the turn. We'll be able to make a soldier. Okay, more Explorer peoples. Okay, Llanowar Elves is fine. That's not important. Stuck it in the graveyard. No attacks. And make a token. There we go. Ooh, Ajani. That's actually pretty solid. I really... Auto tap. I really would have liked to have not used Adanto there, but okay. So let's put 1 on Aurelia and 1 on the knight.
See in yourself what I see in you.
Do that. Put that there, that way they gotta block something. And they scooped. So we actually won both of those. Very nice. So there you have it. There's the deck. I enjoy it. I think it's pretty good, actually. I like it. I wish we could have had a chance to show off the incredible Experimental Frenzy plus Wand of Vertebrae combo, but I think maybe there's another video coming up where we just do that from like a mono red sort of thing. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.